girl, Derfla Woodcock. So, I know there's a lot of you tuning in from around the country virtually. I know there's quite a bit of you here in public. Can we get an applause for that? Watching virtually and those here in the crowd tonight. Houston, let me hear you scream. To all people listening both virtually and here in the crowd, that crowd, let me tell you, it's a sign that we're going to win in this November and in this June. So, I'm pretty sure we've already beaten Alex. I mean, we just got to solidify that in the primaries in November.
June.
And whoever the Republican Party decides to nominate, we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. So, I want to talk about my opponent, Alex Robertson. It's going to be difficult to talk about Alex because Alex's pronouns change weekly. But this week Alex is an oven. So I'm going to call her she because I believe, well, I don't know what she was at birth, but she looks like a woman. Also, I want to make a quick point about my pen. It says pray for our country because under our current leadership and the leadership that is threatening to become the next president, we as Americans have had a rough time in the past few years, and I know we need to pray for our country. All right. Now, to talk about that thing. Alex called me a homophobia. Now, what homophobia is, I don't know. If she meant to say homophobe, one, she'd be incorrect, and two, it's not the right use of the word. I'm not homophobic. I'm not a homophobia. I am a bicycle myself. So, that itself is wrong. And then she said, if I was president, it would just be inevitable. Well, inevitable, it means something's going to happen. Alex used it as, it's just inevitable. What was inevitable? I don't know. She wouldn't tell us. That thing does not have a clue what's going on. I don't know if you follow up with that pink-haired woman. I think her name is Diamond. Diamond Silverstone. Diamond interviews her quite a bit. And Alex doesn't know what a president is. She doesn't know any president in the past. Alex doesn't know where America is. She doesn't know where Michigan is. She doesn't know where Texas is. Alex doesn't even believe California is a part of America. What the hell? If you really think that thing should be our commander-in-chief, then you have lost it. I'm just going to say it. You've lost it. The only Democrat with a brain left in this party is me, Derfla Woodcock. And if we elect a person like that thing, what is that message that we're sending to other nations? It's not one that we're strong. It's a sign that we're a stupid people. And we are not a stupid people. The people of America are not stupid. And we will not let those people like Alex Robertson try to ruin our country. We need to pray for our country. We need to vote smart. We can't vote for that thing. Also, in her last video, someone asked what she would do about the border. She said Texas was its own independent country. We shouldn't be getting involved with other people's borders. Alex, what? So this thing that's running for president doesn't know first grade grammar. They don't know the basic principles of America. They don't know American states. They don't know who the current president is. She said Barack Obama is the current president. Let me tell you, Barack Obama has not been president for 7 years. She tries to lie all the time. This thing doesn't know anything about America. And when asked why they're running for president, the answers are just god-awful. They don't know anything. She's running for president because she wants to. I don't understand why anyone would vote for her. That's why I believe we've got this one in the bag. And we'll just have to defeat the Republican candidate this November. Next, I want to talk about the Palestinian pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian protests around the nation at college campuses. Go home. Go home. You are damaging school property. That is federal property. That's public property. We fund you as a government. Go home. I know you want to fight for what you believe in, but you have made your point more than clear, and it's time for you to go home. And to the ones in Colombia, I want to specifically speak to you. You're committing. You're committing awful things. What you're doing is showing that Hamas is a terrorist group. You're showing that Palestine deserves no money from America. You're showing that a ceasefire will not happen. And why do you even care? Yes, people are dying. That's called war. And Hamas knew that would happen on day one. They're using the Palestinian people as a human shield. It is not our job to stop that war. And in fact, it's our job to help Israel. We need to help that nation because they're fighting evil. It's in the Bible, y'all. We need to support Israel. Also, Ukraine. They don't deserve a single penny. All right. Ukraine doesn't deserve our money. They're fighting a foreign war. We should not be sending our money there. It's simple. Sorry. Next, I want to talk about the border. Alex said we shouldn't be helping the border because Texas is an American state. It's not an American state. Well, that's wrong. Also, we need to close the border temporarily while we reform the immigration system. Because right now, let's face it, it sucks. But me and Margaret Kane want to fix that. We want to make the immigration system one where it doesn't take 7 years, it takes 7 days to get in with intense background checks and make sure that these people come in and are good people. Next, I want to talk about the threat of World War III. If we have a leader like that thing, I can just confirm we will probably go into World War III. Alex does not know anything about foreign affairs, doesn't it doesn't know anything about America. That thing cannot be president. I can't tell you enough. If we go into World War III, you can kiss our earth goodbye. You can kiss your life goodbye, because that will be the deadliest human conflict in human history. My presidency will be about avoiding something like that and making sure it won't happen in the future. Because our presidency, it won't just be about the current time. It'll be about the future. We need to have a future that we can believe in, and a future where the people are given an opportunity and they're not just given to, middle fingers and saying good luck. No, our presidency will be about preserving America, preserving American freedom. And then lastly, I want to talk about abortion, because that's a big issue in states like Arizona as of recently. I believe that it should be left up to the states. Personally, I would never have an abortion. However, we need to think of America as a constitutional republic. If we're not following our constitution, what are we? In the Constitution, it says states should be allowed to make their own rights and their own rules. We need to implement that. It's an American thing. We can't not follow our Constitution. We need to look at this and take into account that these people wrote for the states to make their own decision, because at the end of the day, we don't want a big government. We want lots of small governments making decisions based on who lives in the area. Say in Kansas, there's a lot of Republicans. They don't want abortion. They don't need to have abortion in that state. But if there's a lot of Democrats in New York, let them have abortion. It's a state issue, not a federal one, and I will not ban it, and I will not make it legal nationwide. All right, that's all I have time for tonight. I know this was brief. However, I'm a busy woman. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight, from virtually or the people here tonight. And I want to thank everyone for being here virtually and online. And I want to know, will Alex be the next president? You get the chance to tell me on June 10th. Thank you all so much. God bless you. And don't forget, we've got a country to save.